This is Zanaya.
It's the righteous vigilante Jamon Creek, and you're tuning in to Minds Wide Open.
Hey, yo, check it out. This is Namestream, never mainstream. You're tuning in to Minds Wide Open Media.
Shout out to the Florida Vibe Directory. You are now listening to the best playlist in South Florida.
Yo, 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 yo. You are now tuned in to another episode of the Florida Vibe Directory. We got a very special guest in the building today. Very, very, very special guest. You might know him to play basketball. You might know him to, make music, to produce music. You might know him to be a fly guy. You might just know him just to be around the city of Miami. We got Raymond Taylor in the building.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you for having me.
Already know. This shit gonna be a dope-ass episode. Started off, how you feeling today?
I'm feeling well, man. I'm here, alive, on a platform with a brother that's finding a niche,
You know what I'm saying?
everything we talk about. So I'm just glad to be here, proud of you. So my platform's always yours.
Appreciate that, my boy. Appreciate that. Glad to hear you feeling good. So, I'm gonna just get it started. So, like I said, people know you to play basketball. My first question is, do you miss it?
No, I still play all the time. I play every Sunday.
Well, I know you do you miss playing for an organized squad?
Oh, nah, that's the politics and everything I hate about it. So, when I go to the park on Sundays or just helping a kid out, that's everything I love about the game.
Okay.
So I could do that at my own discretion. I don't have to follow rules. As a creator, I'm a real creator. So, once I freed my mind, I wanted my creativity to be more free.
Mm-hmm.
Like in organized basketball, you got referees, a bunch of calls. Even when I'm playing in the gym, I don't really call foul because play through it.
Yeah.
And then me thinking you gonna get a foul, it throws your game off. My younger self, if I go back to my younger self, I never would complain to the referees. Mm-hmm. And I used to get a lot of texts. I played with a lot of passion.
Yeah.
And I hated when my creativity was controlled.
Whereas where you see all the flops nowadays.
Yeah, it's a lot of different stuff, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's just frustration. It's just young creative, young passionate guys out there giving it they all, they're not just playing sports. I wasn't just playing a sport, it was like gladiator. I was trying to feed my family with something.
Okay.
I was trying to heal my traumas with something. And then when other people is in the way of that, because it wasn't just basketball. If it was just basketball, I might have missed it. If I was just playing basketball, I might have missed it. But now I'm just playing basketball, and that's fun to me. Mm-hmm. That's everything I love about the game.
Word.
And then to still be able to do it at a high level after not doing it every day.
Yeah.
It's like a well-tuned machine. So just to go out, I still surprise myself. So it's mad fun.
Word. So what made you fall in love with the sport?
So a little bit of background about me is I actually started playing football.
Okay.
And as I'm playing football, I totally did that to fit in. Because being from Miami, basketball is not really a thing.
Yeah, that's true.
It's
especially
not.
Before,
so to earn my stripes you
were born in Liberty City?
My dad's from Carol City, my mom from Opelika all the way down to Liberty. She stayed in Liberty City. She stayed a little bit of everywhere in Miami.
Okay, so all that area for y'all that don't know.
And then even in sixth grade, I went to school way in Goulds, down south, Homestead area, Norant, way down there. So they knew me for football too. Okay. And I actually, in middle school, I played basketball 1 year in the sixth grade at Mays.
And you were playing football before?
Yeah, but before that, my
Pee-wee.
name came in. Yeah, I'm a Pee-wee football legend in Miami, a Pop Warner, Pop Warner football.
And sixth grade is when basketball started for you.
Basketball really started at 9 for me. I played travel basketball at 9. I always, but I'm saying I got more recognition. I'm talking about as far as recognition and notoriety. I got that from football.
All right,
and going back to, what did you ask me about basketball?
I said, how'd you fall in love with the sport?
All right, yeah. So this is how I fell in love with the sport. Yeah,
Okay.
So football, I was great at it. I did both, right? But around 10, 11, I was a household name for football.
Okay.
Then by 12, I'm playing football for Uncle Luke.
Okay.
So everything was going fast in the football state, and like I put so much energy and effort in football, and then like it got boring. Like it got easy and boring. It's like a video game that it's like Grand Theft Auto is super fun, right?
Okay.
Then once you beat it a couple times, you feel bored.
Yeah, I was winning championships.
Yeah, I won championships.
Yeah,
like,
okay.
I had different cleats. Like I was in the NFL at that age, cause Luke has all the resources, and
Yeah.
I'm a hustler, go getter. So him just put me around the resources. I was probably overusing resources that he didn't want me to use. But my mind was, like I said, I'm a curious kid. Like, and playing football was like a project to me, and like a life project. Like, and I did it. I earned the stripes. So it's like I'm done with this. Like everybody loved me for this already. Let me go do what I want to do. And like being a kid and branding and marketing played a role. And how basketball and everybody used Michael Jordan, his brand and branding. And then right after him was Allen Iverson. So Michael Jordan made me look towards basketball. And then Allen Iverson made me like, this is me. Because he went from playing football to basketball. So his story like, all right, yeah, this me. And I stood out more because I was like the anomaly.
And you're more creative, like you said.
I can be more creative.
Allen
like,
Iverson was more like
out lavish. Then I started
and
understanding money, and the money's guaranteed. Like right now, basketball is the highest played sport in the USA.
Well,
It used to be baseball. You could Google it.
Okay.
I study these things every day now.
I thought it was baseball.
But yeah, and then I met a coach named Abby Ward who taught me like how to work out, like, and I fell in love with working out. Then N1 came out, and I fell in love with making those moves legal. So I have to do mad. I watch all the N1 mixtapes.
Yeah,
go
you
to the
are
park.
really quick. You are really quick with the ball.
Yeah.
And then just hoop mixtapes. Bruh.
But yeah, that whole process. And I got to travel a lot playing basketball. So like I told you, I playing travel basketball, AAU and stuff since 9. And that was like one of the biggest decisions when I did go from middle school to high school. What made me pick basketball over football wasn't just my luck, because I love both. But it was like the traveling schedule. So in the 9th grade, you got like the spring game at a high school. If you make varsity, you have to play in the spring game. And then all that training for spring game was like in the peak of AAU season.
Okay.
And I remember like yesterday, that season was like the first time I would have ever went to like Philadelphia, New York, LA, like it was Houston.
Yeah, so
like
you was seeing
that
the world.
season, yeah. I just got on like a Adidas team, so we had Adidas sponsor. We went to all their main events. Like I stayed at Hooters Hotel the Hooters Hotel in Las Vegas when they first built. I was one of the first people to stay there. Because the AU team I played for, his dad was like an investor in it. Like the owner of the Hooters Hotel was invested in the basketball team that I played for in high school.
No, that's hard.
The AU team.
That's hard.
And then my other AU team that I played for after them team breakdown, right now my coach from there owns a resort in Sosúa Bay, Dominican Republic. So like it was always flavor in basketball.
Yeah,
like,
okay.
We had a crib in Plantation. That's why I ended up going to Heritage, because my AU team owner, he had a house that he was never at. So it was just like me, Kenny, Eloy. That was our house at like 16, 17.
So a lot plays into your love for basketball. It's not just
It's lifestyle. I got to be free. Yeah, I got to be free. Like football, you got on a helmet. You get me?
Yeah. You're covered. Nobody get to see you.
Yeah,
you don't really get to express yourself.
It's 22 people on the field on the field during the play. Plays are only 6 seconds, 5 seconds long.
At that, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was boring to me. Like in my creative juices, basketball it was more me at that moment.
Okay. So you can get off sports for now. My dog got on the fly fit right now, so we gonna go into fashion. So what really got you into fashion? Like, when did you really decide, like, I know I could put that shit on?
Another process of finding myself and being creative and like articulating who I am. Even when I play football, the way I put my wristbands and stuff on, I brought fashion to everything I ever did. My school uniforms, I used to know how to finesse those, like, because it's just a way for me to show I'm different. Like my whole life, I wanted to show I'm different. So whatever I did and whatever I'm doing, clothing, the way I put my clothes together, the clothing pieces that I pick out, and then just a lot of studying of people who are really great. Like,
yeah. So who's your influences?
Pharrell for sure. A lot of like my mom, for example, like she was super fly back in the 80s and like late 80s, early 90s.
Or
like,
yeah, that style was dope.
And then like my background, like the streets, all the street characters. I had an uncle named Uncle Steve. Uncle Steve had like a couple cars. My daddy was mad fly. It's just in my genetics for real. And but like for outside influences, Marc Jacobs is a resilient designer. One of my favorites. Being close to David and like helping him come up with the dark liquor. Well, not come up with dark liquor, but like
I feel you,
the aesthetic of dark liquor and the time we spent together and just that whole process. David. And as I'm articulating myself and becoming free as a creative, ownership was something big to me. And like at that time, it was like who I was. It was the easiest thing for me to own was a clothing line.
Okay.
And like you talk about music, but I only picked up music really to help market my clothes. But like I'm such a process freak because I mastered clothes already.
Yeah.
I just needed to master like relationship, people wanting to wear my clothes and knowing like. So I went to my clothing line, helped me start like lifestyle brands and bring me around people to understand more branding and business. And whatever you do, you want to put that shit on. So
for sure.
It's just yeah.
So like let's talk about your clothing lines and all your businesses. So you got Sophisticated Degenerates.
Yeah, Sophisticated Degenerates was the first company that I ever started, which is a clothing line / lifestyle brand.
Okay.
And I got the name watching Wolf on Wall Street, because that whole movie, he calling himself a degenerate. We're degenerates, blah, blah, blah. And like I told you, that's been me my whole life. But my life path made me very sophisticated and cultured. Like if you look at what sophisticated mean, it talks about the culture, it talks about the fashion sense. It's just like a taste level.
Okay.
You get me?
Yeah.
So degenerates can have taste levels. And like I'm a degenerate because everybody just goes along with the norm of taste level. And like me, I gotta push that bar of taste level. And like if you do have a taste level, you're gonna stand on it. What's your history behind it? If you ain't got a history story, if you can't really make me buy into it. So that's what's in all my designs. Like I'm showing freedom. Like I'm showing what things I went through in my life to help me be who I, like, love who I am. Like one of the first slogans of my brand was crazy enough to believe in myself.
That's powerful.
Like I'm crazy enough to believe in myself. Like that's sophistication, you get what I'm saying? But it also is degenerate because most people tell you to believe in your job, believe in your education, believe in your parents, believe in your relationship, believe in everything but yourself.
But yourself.
Whatever religion, believe in the highest power in that religion. But everything but yourself. And in every religion, the highest power told you was made in the image of him.
That's deep. That's deep. So like, how did you talk about Marc Jacobs was your one of your influences?
Yeah.
How did your relationship with the company come about?
Oh, just studying him first of all. Like Marc Jacobs is the designer, the actual designer, creative direction that made Louis Vuitton really pop if you do your homework.
Okay.
Like Louis Vuitton was just like another brand that was designer. Just how like Dapper Dan made like Gucci and like how he was making those pieces stick out. This is it was very risky. Like he took chances. He was crazy enough to believe in himself. And even at the beginning, they weren't too accepting to it, but he had the culture of fashion. So that's how he ended up making his own brand and lasting. Now he's still partnering up. I think he just, I actually know that he's still under the same umbrella as Louis Vuitton, the LVMH umbrella. Okay. And that's like a mother company that Dior is under them, Celine's under them, Moet Hennessy's under them. They just,
I had no idea.
Yeah, they do all the they're like the label for these fashion houses and these brands.
Okay.
And that's what, after I did my homework and knowing all this, that's kind of what I pivoted Sophisticated Degenerates into, is me finding other young designers with their own clothing lines to come help me design. We pick brains, bounce ideas, but also like be their big homie to help them get indoors, help them get in stores. The people I know that help with manufacturing, the people that I know that help with cut and sew, just the game in it. What takes so long and what's so expensive is like you not knowing what to do. But I make it so
You have a plan.
Yeah.
You know exactly what you want to do.
Yeah. I help them come up with their plan. Like, they can't have my plan. Like I said, I just pivoted into being a big brother. They might not want to do that.
Yeah.
They might just want all the game for themselves, and nothing's wrong with that. But that just wasn't in my plan.
And you take that same attitude going into music.
Yeah, because like I said, music.
With your producing and.
Yeah, because everything, music, all is just free to me. Because when I say free, I mean like I'm not looking selfishly. Because I'm using music to help promote and market the lifestyle brand of Sophisticated Degenerates.
Yeah.
So like everybody that I work with music is because I think they're a sophisticated degenerate. So that's a sound, that can be a tattoo artist, that can be anyway. If you're standing on your talent, we can figure out how to add it to the collective and make us all better.
Nice. That makes sense.
And then like the more time I spent in the like studios, at first like I had like a DJ, like Sophisticated Degenerates. I was working with a DJ, which was Chief Pound.
Okay.
A songwriter, which was Jazzy, Dope by Accident. I had a cameraman, Google. So when I'm putting all this together, I'm like, dang, I don't want to be selfish and just make them rep Sophisticated Degenerate. Like, that's the lifestyle. So if we live this certain way, they repping Sophisticated Degenerates. That's a clothing line. So if they wear my brand, that's Sophisticated Degenerates. But I don't need all the attention on Sophisticated Degenerates.
You want it on the squad.
The squad. So that's when I came up with, and we sat down and talked about it amongst us all, and we came up with Team Sport. And that was that whole wave of trying to figure it out. Like, let's be a team, let's save ourselves, kind of. That was my idea of it. But things went so fast, things were so well, it turned into like a music label, because that was the pieces that was around. And like I say, I'm learning music, I'm not really pushing forth my agenda. Yeah. So me just sitting back, it kind of, Team Sport organically made a music label. And that's not really what I wanted it to be. I wanted it to, we can do music, but I wanted it to do way more than just music. Yeah. You get what I'm saying?
But Team Sport still is like more than music, for sure.
I mean, but it's a music label. It's the actual company. The energy that we created at the Blue House, like you was a part of it.
Yeah.
That now I would call Cracking Codes.
Word. That's where Cracking Codes came.
Team Sport birthed Cracking Codes. It's the same. They're in the same family.
Yeah.
But the pivot, like I don't go against the grain. It's like I'm genius enough to come up like, and fertile enough. My ideas are fertile enough to come up. We can birth another one and keep the family happy instead of separating the family for agendas being different or journeys being different, perspectives being different. Yeah. We can be different and still conquer everything.
Nice.
Because they conquer us once we divide for any reason.
Nice. So, talking about Cracking Codes and Team Sport, who are your artists that you have on Cracking Codes, and are you looking for other artists to join, or is the,
it's not just artists? Like I said, it's creatives. Like, and we need help with creatives. So like, it's a whole family. Like, we need people answering phones, making phone calls, answering emails, sending emails, updating websites. Like, any creative niche, we need them, because we're building a company from scratch. Yeah. And we're cracking codes along the way and helping each other crack codes. That's why the company's called Cracking Codes. And then there's like little riddles among the company that you got to be a certain level. That's how you know what level you are in the company, based on the code that you cracked. Nice. So that's real cool stuff going on with it. But like I said, it's really like liberation for people. Like, the cameraman I'm working with now, he's also my assistant. He started at Wawa, he quit Wawa. Google was working at Nike. He quit Nike to be a freelance photographer, and he's doing very well in Atlanta. David, he stopped working where he was working at. Now he's running the fashion industry in New York, getting his pieces on all the right people, working at all the right events. It's just the growth of everybody that had their hands on it and cared about it. It cared about them back, and we're moving. It's not as unified as I would like, but it is what it is. Everybody trying to find themselves still. So I know when people find themselves, everybody gonna check back in.
Yeah, okay. So what?
But yeah, and on the roster right now, we got it's a lot. Like, I have a lot going on. We got first of all, we got the Team Sport Cracking Codes. The Team Sport umbrella is, you got Jazzy, you got an amazing dude named Dot. Okay. He's like the president of Team Sport. You got Ox Dior, he's an artist.
Yeah, I've heard of him.
You got Paper Water, they're a collective that's working with Team Sport. Okay. Jazzy, of course, is with Love Records and Diddy. Fave Focus, the engineer,
Fave Focus.
first
Shout
engineer I
out to
ever
Fave.
worked with. Yeah, Fave. He's also with In a Diddy and Love Records umbrella. Independently, me and John G been working a lot of things. So like, if you hear Cracking Codes musically, that's really me and John G and a couple of his producer homies that we all just come and we cook up like 3-4 times a week, and we invite artists in. People book us. We got a lot of placements on Strong Arm, IMG, latest project.
Okay.
Got some unreleased stuff with Trina. We got some unreleased stuff with Skipper. We got some and all of this stuff I'm gonna be playing next week, Thursday, October 27th, at my birthday party.
Okay.
It's like it's like a Cracking Codes catalog party. I got a designer out in LA named Shane who got a brand called Bonded by Sin. He's under the umbrella. I got a dope designer with a clothing line out here in Miami called Stay Dangerous, One of a Kind.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen that around.
Yeah. You got. I'm gonna leave somebody out and get in trouble for this because it's like so much. I gotta write all this stuff down.
I see it's a lot of people.
Yeah, you got. I got an artist named DK out of Atlanta. Super, super, super fire. We just finished like putting together his project. Of course, Camstar. He just put out a project. Working on another project for him. John G just finished his project. We finished a collective, like a compilation project of like our production. So it's like an album, but a production album. So it's various vocals on it.
Is this gonna be Cracking Codes 2?
Yeah, it's gonna be Cracking Codes 2, Bridging the Gap.
Okay.
So
Bridging
like,
the Gap. Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
it's Cracking Codes 2, but every installment will have like a theme behind it, and this theme is we trying to bridge the gap between all misunderstandings. Like, make them ask the question why, make them understand. That's what the energy and everything about this is.
Nice. And you said John G and the rest of his producer friends are the ones that are the main ones.
Yeah, you got Dream Bills, you got Space the Prince helped on it, you got Deeds, you got Ronnie, you got Broke Boy, you got it's a lot, man. It's a lot of dope beat makers, producers that we all put our energy and effort into something really, really dope for y'all.
Word. So like when you was I seen you performed one of your songs on Trick Daddy's cooking show.
Yeah.
How was that?
Super dope, man. Like I said, I'm just testing the waters, trying to make sure that I had a formula for everybody who believed in me. And how I set it up is like every fourth quarter, I'm gonna really pursue the artist thing. Okay. So the first 3 quarters, I'm gonna do my back behind the scenes, plan everything out, more fashion, more business endeavor, more businessman, trying to figure stuff out that way. Then when the fourth quarter comes,
you really gonna pop out as an artist.
Yeah, I'm gonna flood the market with my music and lifestyle and put it in their face, in their face, in their face.
Okay. What about your other? Talked about your other endeavors, which your businesses. What about Low Lifers?
All that's under Sophisticated Generous. So
okay, all of it like
so those are just campaigns.
Okay.
So like how Ralph
like
Lauren
how you had Rags to Riches
label,
and
From Rags to Wealth.
Rags to Wealth.
So actually, From Rags to Wealth is a company that I don't have anymore.
Me.
Actually, that's like my version of StockX. That's when I was reselling sneakers.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you look up the LLC behind that, From Rags to Wealth was me owning like a couple of my sneaker friend homies. I hit them up, put them on the LLC. The girlfriend I had at the time, she was on that paperwork. That's why I don't really run it no more, because people don't, not like, we don't see, like I say, I didn't know how to pivot and make things work then. I just had to let that business go, but it made me a lot of money. Like, you see the money StockX making?
Yeah.
I was making that low key before it became a thing to
StockX.
resell shoes.
Okay. Because I remember, like, back in the day, it was really just Soul Collector. If you had like a
And because of my hoops and my hoop notoriety and who I knew, I was always able to get all the shoes. Like I used to hoop in shoes. That's how many shoes I had.
Yeah.
So I was slinging shoes.
Okay.
That's what From Rags to Wealth was. And like I always had this thing where I want to just chill until I'm super lit. Like I'm alright. Like I don't care about being rich. That's why I was from rags to wealth. Cause you're not from rags to riches.
Yeah. Excuse me for that.
No, it's not. It's a misunderstanding. That's what I said. We bridging the gap right now.
Yeah,
See,
yeah.
that's what this space and time is for me. We bridging all gaps. You don't gotta be apologized. If you ain't say that, we'll be a know to bridge that gap.
Right.
That's what misunderstandings are for. Is just to lead us to something we want to understand real bad.
Right. Right. So, random question might seem like a random question, but we're in the Halloween spirit. It is October. Halloween is coming up. So, have you ever had a supernatural experience? Have you seen a ghost? Have you, you know?
I am a supernatural being, so like I live in that space, honestly.
All
So
right.
I have multiple I have multiple supernatural experiences.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
They happen very often.
Definitely being in the Blue House, we, you know what I'm saying, we experiment.
But I wouldn't call them ghosts, you know what I'm saying?
Nah,
Like,
for sure
I
that
wouldn't
is.
label it like that, like because I feel like the people who label it like that have motive and intentions when they made that word to label it that. My motives and intent. I told you I live there, like that space. I live there, in that unknown, that space that nobody can see. That's where I like I meditate, I do yoga, like I live in that space. It's like the highest, it's like a high frequency, bro.
Okay. So, is there anything that you want the people to know, that like anything you want the people to know about you, anything you want people to know is coming out?
I got a lot of
you
stuff
got
coming
going
out, but I
on?
just want people to know. Ask more questions, man. Don't look at me and judge me. Just ask questions, bro. I love to talk. All my friends think I talk too much. It's just that I have so much to understand, and I want to be understood. So I got to use these words they gave me. But a game that I like to play, and like this is what makes me creative. I like to think like I'm the first human on Earth, and I'm trying to create the first civilization. That's why my Instagram name is Raymond Taylor Too. It's like I'm like Aristotle, Plato's Socrates. Like that's what I want my life to be looked at. Fuck the sports, fuck the music, the philosophies that I stand on, my lifestyle choices. Like you in the Blue House, you was there when the skull came out. What did the skull ask everybody?
Right, you gonna die about this.
The words that come in your mouth, are you gonna die about it? Like, see, I said a skull, and you already know what the skull means.
Right.
I know how to market stuff. You feel me? That's how I know. And it's me. Everything meant something. Like team, community. Like I know. Yeah, it's beautiful, bro.
Yeah,
Life
nah,
is beautiful.
for sure. So like anything, like I said, anything you got like, coming out for you?
I got some sophisticated degenerates jeans coming out for the party next Thursday. It's actually gonna be a T-shirt design that I'm working on with Stay Danger. And that's gonna be the ticket to get in the party. So you're gonna have to pre-order the T-shirt, and then you pick up your T-shirt at the party.
Okay, that's dope.
Doing that. I might, after I get the T-shirts, I might put some T-shirts out all around the city, do like a scavenger hunt for free tickets and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, bro. I'm on the fly, bro. I built my business to just when I come up with an idea that I can execute with the resources I have on me right now, we push for it.
Okay.
Everything that I'm already working on, I spoke about. Everything else that I didn't speak about, like I say, from rags to wealth. So when we wealthy in that department, you'll know. But right now, while we getting it right, I don't really want to speak on it.
I feel that. Keep it hidden until it's right.
Not hidden, just gotta protect it. I wouldn't say hidden, it's just protected.
Yeah, because
it's
I feel
it's
that
not finished.
you don't want to, because I do the same thing sometimes. I don't want to speak on certain things just because I don't want it to,
I don't want to bring people in to make like.
You never know who's going not say pray against you, but
Not
you don't
even
know what people's motives are.
Exactly, intentions. Like I want to keep the intentions with everything I work on
pure.
super pure. That's why I'm an owner. That's the only. I don't own shit. Nah. I just have to keep the narrative controlled, and the only way you can control the narrative if you own the platform, or know the owners. Like,
right.
Really in real good relationships with the owners of the platform. If not, you don't have a voice. So it's more about the voice than the actually like how they market ownership.
So you're speaking about relationships. Like, how do you maintain your relationships with everybody that you've met and everybody that you come in contact with? Like, you know a lot of notable people in this industry and just in the world. Period. So how do you remain?
Just being super honest. Like whenever somebody's on my mind, hitting them up for any reason, whether it's I have a problem with them, whether it's I love what they're doing, if they motivate me, just being super open and honest, but also like staying out of their face. You know what I'm saying? I'm not around nobody enough for them to really like hate me or see something bad. Like I feel like the more you spend, and that's why I talk about stuff, because the more that they have something, all you can do is critique it. Like, even the people I love, the more time I spend around, I just start critiquing.
All right.
So I'd rather spend
You
that
have
time
no choice.
critiquing myself instead of others.
You are Mr. Stay Out the Way.
I got to. Like, I gotta protect my energy, my thoughts. Like, 'cause, like, once I know how to stay out the way. I know how to be numb to certain shit. But like, once I let you in, everything you think affects me now. Even if it's totally off what I'm on. Everything you feel, I feel it. Like, so I gotta protect that to keep everything, like I say, keep intentions what they are. I don't need my intentions to be shifted based on what you going through.
Makes sense. So any last thoughts? Cause we gotta wrap this up. So you have any last thoughts you want to give to the people?
Like I say, man, peace and love. You never know what nobody going through. We need more uplifting, not bringing each other down. We're better when unified. The most powerful people in the world, and they're not powerful because of their resources. They're powerful because of their unity. Everybody got a resource. If 100 people come together, that's 100 different resources. But you know how hard it is to get 100 people on the same page.
Right.
So yeah, I just say keep moving with love, man. Like you say, one of my campaigns within Sophisticated Degenerates is called Truv Low, which is true love. But when you truly love something, y'all create your own lingo. So I just took the V from the love and put it on the true. That's why it's Truv Low. And then the acronym in that is the righteous utilize visions of love over everything. Then another campaign that birthed itself from that campaign is Low Life. And that means a life of love over everything. Like, when I say that, that's not talking about the lovey-dovey love. That's like operating in love instead of fear. That's why in that same campaign, I had the love versus fear. So I break down. I haven't released that in a while. Yeah. But, because I've been more on the big brother road trying to help other young brothers.
You got a lot of stuff going on. You got a lot of stuff going on.
But, like, low lifers, that's my campaign. Like, if you're a fan of Raymond, you're a low lifer. That means you trying to figure out life to love first over fearing. Like, yeah, rock out, peace and love, namaste, all that cool stuff, man.
All right, my boy. Well,
appreciate you for having me, first of all.
Already, bro. It's love. It's love.
I got Luke. Appreciate y'all for having me, man.
It's love, man. It's your boy Just Add Water. Like I said, it's another episode of the Florida Vibe Directory. I hope you enjoyed the tune. You know what I'm saying? The vibe, the conversation. Please subscribe. Please subscribe.
This is Zanaya.
It's the righteous vigilante Jamon Creek, and you're tuning in to Minds Wide Open.
Hey, yo, check it out. This is Namestream, never mainstream. You're tuning in to Minds Wide Open Media.
Shout out to the Florida Vibe Directory. You're now listening to the best playlist in South Florida.